So guys, this is my weekly report for November 20th. As you can see in the background, I'm in Texas. I'm up at a friend of mine's ranch called Little Bighorn and hunting white-tailed deer. And check it out. I mean, it's a beautiful place. He's got a pond down there, and I caught a catfish over 20 and bass in that 4 to 5 pound range. It's got floppy in it, got big perch in there, it's got everything. Everything in Texas seems to be a little big. And I'm gonna post a lot of pictures of the deer hunt. I killed the biggest deer that I've ever shot, and I've been hunting all my life. It actually scored, we took it to the taxidermy, it scored 378. It's a monster buck, had 31 points, and it's just a buck of a lifetime. And I'm privileged to be invited to Ralph's ranch. He's from California, but he moved here like 22 years ago, and he does awesome deer business. But he also has, Texas things are all big. Well, the fish are big, the deer are big, everything's big here. But I will post a lot of the deer pictures on my Facebook page if you want to check them out. But anyway, before I left, I was doing a lot of fishing up at Berryessa. Catching a lot of bass. We were catching catfish, bass, trout, crappie, you name it. The lake hasn't turned over. I'm catching most of the fish in 40 to 50 feet. And I'll tell you, if I didn't have that forward facing, I wouldn't have caught as many. I had Rick Teagues with Blade Runner out there and showing him how that live target actually worked. And it's really up to my game, especially when I start fishing deeper. In the Delta, it didn't really help me a lot because I'm in such shallow water. But at Berryessa, it's just another tool that I've added to my arsenal, and it's really up to my game. So anyway, other things, stripers are starting to show up pretty good in the Delta. I haven't been down there, but I've been talking to friends, and they've been doing pretty good over there, Rio Vista on the West Bank. Out by Pittsburgh and Honker Bay and those areas. So the fish will be all over here pretty soon after we get some of these rains and cooler temperatures. They'll probably be down here real thick. So the ocean, I haven't heard too much. The tuna scene's been kind of quiet, but the crabbing's just off the hook. There's tons of crab being caught. Before I came here to Texas, we went and each pot had like probably I'd say 12 to 20 crab in it, but most of them were throwbacks, undersized crab. But, I'm sure it'll get bigger as the season goes along. But other than that, the rock fishing's been off the hook also. You can fish at any depth, and it's just unbelievable. And remember, guys, when you're soaking your crab traps out there, you can only leave them for 2 hours. Fishing Game are modern. So, if they see that you're leaving them out there for 3 or 4 hours, they're going to come and give you a ticket. So be careful when you go out there. So it makes rock fishing kind of tough because we'll dump the pots. Then we have to go like half an hour to the rock fishing. Then, you can fish for an hour, you got to get back. So it just makes it kind of tough, but the rock fishing is really good. Other things going in the bay, I haven't heard too much, but I'm sure you could pick up a few halibut here and there. I heard the stripers are kind of left there, which is normal this time of the year. They'll move up on into Rio Vista and that area over there. But the bay's been kind of quiet. I'm sure you could catch a lot of leopard sharks or 7-gill or whatever there is out there, but there's not a whole lot of people doing it. Then you're going to come in, and sturgeon fishing is just crazy off the hook. The sturgeon fishing, there's the guys, Jay Lopes, Ricky Acosta, Steve Mitchell. Those guys are catching a ton of them. They're going out there and on a day, and they're catching 10 to 20 sturgeon. Everything's catch and release. You got to have a report card, which the report cards are free now. You just have to turn them in so they could get their data. And then, but that fishery's been just crazy off the hook. And salmon row's been the #1 bait to use for the sturgeon out there. So you could catch sturgeon and stripers, because I know a lot of stripers are in that area now. And Also, when you come in closer to the Delta, the bass bite's been off the hook. I haven't been going there a whole lot like I like to because of the decontamination thing. You know, like if I'm going to Berryessa all the time, I gotta keep going back there because otherwise I take the boat out of there. I can't go back there unless I have it decontaminated, which you're talking about $120 every time you want to switch bodies of water. So it makes it really, really tough. So the bass fishing, you know, like I said, I've been at Berryessa, but the Delta, I have friends that have been going, and, you know, it's off the hook. They're catching a lot of fish. Most of them are being caught on blades. They're flipping, but the bite seems to be really good the further north you go. Okay, and then lakes, as far as bass fishing, like I said, Berryessa is good. This is the time of the year in the fall when you could go to any lake. I used to go to Oroville, Folsom, and drop a spoon down there and catch the heck out of them. Go grab the bait, go find out where the threadfin shad are, and then you'll catch a lot of bass. Those fish will move, those bass will move and follow the shad. And the shad in the fall will move up in the main rivers to spawn, and then just go find them and you'll catch bass. And, you know, I use Blade Runner spoons. They seem to work the best out of all of them. I make my own, you know, I catch a few on those, but I always go back to that Blade Runner. It's a dynamite spoon. Okay, so the bass fishing is pretty good in all the lakes. Just got to be careful. You can't fish Comanche. You can't fish Pardee. They still haven't it open up, and I don't know if they ever will because of the mussel situation. So just be careful where you go. Make some phone calls and make sure you get the green light. So trout fishing, pyramids still wide open. Trolling mostly. You know, the fish scattered now coming up. Lakes probably turned over, so a lot of guys are starting to troll. And if you don't know anything about it, then you ought to contact a guy like J.D. Ritchie. He guides up there and, you know, help you on there. But the trout fishing in all the Sierra Lakes has been good, very good. I have friends that have been fishing and doing a lot of fishing at the Sierra Lakes. I'm sure all of them are good. You can even go on Fishing Game and see, you know, if any of the lakes are being planted. But the trout fishing, this is the time of the year that, you know, you could go out and also catch a lot of fish. Crappie fishing, my brother's been going, and it's been a hit and miss. I'm sure as fall gets in and gets cooler, it'll definitely pick up, and you know, I'll start going after them pretty soon when I get back. So other things going on, other kind of fishery. What else we got? Steelhead. If you need to contact a guy close around, be Austin Wilson or Kyler Perry. And those Kevin Brock also does it up in the Feather, that area. So those are guys you want to get a hold of if you want to go catch steelhead. So this is the time of the year. We're in the fall, and you know, this kind of action, it's probably the best. So anyway, if you guys need a new boat, go over there, Cog Fishing. You need electronics, you need installations, you need trolling motor, you need repairs and all that stuff. Give them a call, you know, get a hold of Mark, tell him, hey, Alan told me to call you, and he'll take care of you. So anyway, if you like this video, hit that like, please subscribe. And, you know, I'm still doing consulting on electronics and certain types of fishing. If you want to learn, you can always get a hold of me at 916-761-7594. Leave a message if I don't answer, or you could text me and I'll get back a hold of you. And just look at this place behind me. It is beautiful. I'm standing on Ralph's back porch, and this is his ranch. He's already taken 2 deer over 400 with clients, and I think they've taken, I think mine was a 9th one, and they're all scored big. I mean, this is called Land of the Giants, the ranch, and it's full of big everything. I caught a catfish over 20 pounds off the bank on a chatterbait. So that'll tell you something. So anyway, if you like the video, hit that like, please subscribe. And if you want to leave me a comment, I'll get back to you in a few days. And I'll be back in town right before Thanksgiving, and I'll be hitting the water again. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys. And if you want to see some pictures, go to my Facebook page, and then I'm going to be posting some videos and some pictures of some deer. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week.